Hello, hello. Happy, what is today? Wednesday? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. My mom and I are back in the kitchen again today, and
Hello.
say hello.
Hello.
We are making meatloaf today. So this is actually one of my mom's favorite recipes. That's why we decided to do it. And also you guys have been requesting more family-friendly stuff. So we figured this was a good solution to all of you busy moms who want a delicious recipe you can feed your family that they're going to love, but allows you to still stay on track with your goals. So we're doing meatloaf, and then to go with the meatloaf, I've already made the fries. That'll be in the recipe for a healthy passion. They're just my oven wedges, kind of.
Yeah.
Like a potato wedge.
Crispy wedge.
Crispy thyme infused potato wedges. She's been eating them.
Really
I still have
good.
to take a picture.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to go with it for the recipe, but today I'm just going to show you guys the meatloaf. So my mom actually went ahead and sauteed onions, garlic, and thyme. And what'd you do? How long did you do that for, probably?
So saute the onions till they're translucent. A little bit of salt, pepper, and quite a bit of thyme. Keep in mind you're seasoning the entire meatloaf with the thyme, so not just the onions.
Yeah,
so you
so
want to
got
add
a lot of fresh thyme.
Right.
And you just cook them probably 2-3 minutes till they're all ready to go. Hey, Susan!
Hello, Susan.
We're making meatloaf. So yeah, the onions are already done, and then in my bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this down now so I remember how to do it. In my bowl, I've got about 3/4 of a pound of beef, and ignore the behind us. We're making pizza tonight, so we've got a bunch of pizza dough, and we kind of cleaned off the countertop, so we had room for it. But we've got about 3/4 of a pound of ground beef, and I'm just using a local. I don't know why this thing like doesn't. There we go. It either has to be up or down. If there's no in between. We have about 3/4 of a pound of local raw beef or ground beef, and to that we're gonna go ahead and add our onions in. So this is kind of a really quick and simple. Once you get the onions cooked, comes together pretty simply. And then I'm actually gonna be using the same skillet that I cooked the onions in to cook the meatloaves. That way you just got one pan. And I preheated the oven to 425. So we're gonna cook fries at 425, meatloaf at 425. All comes together at once. So Mom, I'll have you go ahead and grab a fork for me, and we'll whisk up our egg. So we've got one egg, and that's just gonna bind everything together. And just give it a nice texture. And then I'm also gonna add some tomato paste. So we're putting ketchup on the top, which is very traditional, but my mom and I both decided we like the tomato paste on the inside. It gives it just a nice, rich tomato flavor. And you guys who cook with a healthy passion, you know I love my tomato paste. It's a really good way to just develop a lot of flavor in a short amount of time. So got about a tablespoon going in there. Ew, it's like slippery from, I don't know what it's been touching in the fridge. And then we're going to add a veggie stock cube. So we're gonna do half of a veggie stock cube, and then I'll have you, Mom, get half cup of water. So I think I put on my email that I sent out to you guys, I was gonna use milk or half and half, but we decided on veggie stock just to kind of change it up a little bit. And since this is a healthy passion pantry item, you all should have veggie stock cubes on hand. So we're just gonna add that in, and then add the water, and the water's basically just gonna kind of melt that veggie stock when we stir it all together and give it a really nice kind of rich depth of flavor. And you could use a chicken stock or any sort of stock that you have on hand. Bone broth would be delicious, but I just love these cubes. And these are the Not Chicken Edward & Sons cubes. You can get them on Amazon or anywhere. And then the last thing I'm going to fold in, besides my salt and pepper, is some panko breadcrumbs. And do you use panko when you do yours?
I use just regular breadcrumbs.
Okay. So like an Italian? Or...
Yeah, an Italian, or actually any breadcrumbs you have, or you can make your own.
Yeah, I mean, we totally could have made our own, but we didn't. But I like panko because they're nice and fluffy, and they give it kind of that airy texture, which I think is really, really unique. I use panko for a lot of things, and tomorrow we're using panko for our chicken tenders. We're doing like a lemon parmesan chicken tender tomorrow, so we should stay an extra day.
I know, we're leaving to go home.
And then we've got our eggs. So what I'm going to do is take that veggie stock cube and kind of break it up before I stir everything together, because you don't want to overmix your meat. So when you make meatballs, when you make any sort of dish with ground meat, we were saying burgers earlier, you really want to make sure that you don't overmix your meat. And then I like to get in there and just kind of use my hands. We're going to add our egg in. And then Mom, I'll have you do the salt and pepper since I've already stuck my fingers in here. But you basically just want to incorporate everything in there. And that breadcrumb's actually going to soak up a lot of that liquid, and it's going to make it the texture that we want. So a good amount of salt and a good amount of pepper. And then my mom likes to put Worcestershire sauce in hers. I like to simplify things, so I skip it in mine. So if you have it on hand, you could add, would we decide about a half tablespoon or?
Probably, yeah. See, when I make meatloaf, I double the recipe because I love cold meatloaf sandwiches.
Which I've never.
Yeah, so I would do twice this amount, and I tend to sometimes add pork to mine. So I usually do a pound of ground beef and 3/4 of a pound of pork.
Yeah.
And then that gives us leftover sandwiches for about, till we're sick of it, about 4 days.
So yeah, this is for 2 for 1 meal. Again, if you're cooking for 1, 2 meals. And then I just let it sit for a couple minutes just to kind of firm up a little bit before I put it into the pan. Is there a low carb substitute for panko? You could use almond flour, Crystal. I think that would be fine. The biggest thing is you just want it to look like this. You want it to kind of be nice and, I don't know, like
Not
firm.
firm.
Yeah, firm but not firm. You want it to be, if you don't add the panko in there, it's going to be too watery, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would sprinkle in probably maybe a 1/4 cup of almond flour. I wouldn't use any more than that. And that would be a great lower carb substitute. Again, I carb cycle Monday, Tuesday, but my family's in town, so we're going all out today, and I'm not going low carb, as you can see by yesterday too with our bourbon cocktail. So, but we're gonna let this sit for about, I don't know, a minute or so, just to let it firm up. And you seasoned it really well?
Yes.
Okay, so plenty of black pepper, plenty of salt. You really want to make sure you season everything.
Okay, well maybe a little more black pepper.
A little bit more black pepper, a little more salt.
The other thing you can do is make this up ahead of time and stick it in the refrigerator, and then you can let those flavors all melt together, and then do it later on in the afternoon. So I usually make mine up in the afternoon and then cook it off maybe 3 or 4 hours later.
That's a good idea. And then what I'm going to do is rinse out the bowl that we used for the egg. And then we're going to do probably about a 1/4 cup of ketchup. I just, again, like to eyeball it. I'm not going to put, what?
We'll put the ketchup on the top.
Yeah, I'm going to mix it up though while it's sitting. So probably about a 1/4 cup. I like to put my measuring cup on the side. That way I can kind of eyeball it and see where we're at. But about that, and then she's adding Worcestershire sauce.
So because I like Worcestershire sauce, like I said, you can just put a few little sprinkles in there, and that gives it just a little unique flavor.
And then I'm going to add to my ketchup just a little tiny, maybe ½ teaspoon of honey. Just enough to kind of give it that sweetness and really allow it to kind of caramelize a little bit. That sugar is going to help it all caramelize together. And that is what we're going to put on top. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of black pepper and a tiny pinch of salt just to season up our topping.
And if you don't have Worcestershire sauce, you can add more pepper.
Extra black pepper. Yeah, and then that's it. So we're just going to form our meatloaves. And I'm going to move my fries aside, my half tray of fries now. And you want something with a little higher edge. So if you are using a baking sheet, or you could use like a baking dish or anything like that, you just want something with a higher edge so you're not running off everywhere.
Right.
And then, yeah, you just want to divide it into 2, and these are going to make 2 pretty decent sized meatloaves. So again, like we've talked about with the Healthy Passion recipes, you can easily divide the recipe into 3 or 4, or whatever is best for your family. If you want to make sandwiches, you can divide it into, 4 little meatloaves. You'll just change the baking time. And then I like to kind of just form it into a cute little, I don't know, what would you call it, like a football?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a cute little loaf. And you can make one big loaf, but I just think the individual is kind of fun for something different. And again, for kids, let them get involved at this point. Let them come in and shape their own meatloaf and, make it a thing so they get really excited about it versus, just giving them something and forcing them to eat it. If you want to get really crazy, you could probably even chop up some spinach and add it in as well. And if you don't have time, you could use herbes de Provence or any sort of Italian seasoning in there as well. So you can get really creative, but just learn the technique and make it your own. And I would serve this with a salad as well in addition to the fries. So I'm going to let that go, and then Mom will have you go ahead and brush the top of it with that ketchup.
So I'm going to put the ketchup on the top. Generous amount of ketchup.
Yeah, you could probably even do more if I didn't do enough, but
Just kind of smooth it around the top.
need a little more.
Nope, we're good.
Okay, so about a 1/4 cup. And then, like I said, I'm baking at 425. I'm guessing it's going to take probably about 30 minutes. I'm going to check it after about 20-25 minutes, and you want it to just be about 160.
Now, one tip, I don't know if a lot of you have made meatloaf before, but you know how it always cracks on the top and kind of overflows. So one thing you can do is you can put a container of water in a pan or in a some type of oven-proof dish.
Is ours already in the oven?
Yeah, just water.
Sure.
Put it in the oven, and while you're baking your meatloaf, and that will keep it from cracking on the top.
All right. Oh, where is ours? Oh, it's under the fries. I thought we already put it in the oven. So we did a little just pan there.
Just a little pan of water that makes sure, and that will steam and keep it from cracking.
And then we'll go ahead and I'll have you put our meatloaves in. I'll try to film it. And yeah, so we'll just let those bake 425, and I'll let you guys know once we take it out how long baked for, but I'm guessing it's gonna be about 30 minutes. And yeah, I'll show you guys the fries one more time for those who hopped on here. And then we'll be ready to serve. So stay tuned. I'll post a picture when it's done, like I did with the mac and cheese. But there's our fries. Look how good they are. And I'll get it into healthy fashion next week. And if you guys haven't tried the new, I'm literally not gonna have any left. Take it on. No, we can try one. Come here. Come back here. My mom's trying to steal fries. We'll cheers a fry.
Yeah, we'll cheer the fries.
If you guys haven't tried the recipes from last week, they're all in a healthy fashion, so you can check them out there. We'll see you guys soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Chicken tenders, and I don't remember what else was that. So see y'all later. Bye.